Hello, Schmoopy.
Hello. Oh, hello, Stacy.
Yes, so we have a new format. We're actually going to do Dear Schmoopy as a whole entire podcast for various and assorted reasons that I'm not going to discuss.
Because Stacy said so.
That's right. So, first of all, thank you all so much for writing into podcast@smithspencer.com to ask the world's smartest woman all of your questions.
And also just to give us compliments. I feel like we've gotten some sweet emails lately.
Oh, yeah. I've been propositioned.
That's right. You have.
Yeah, maybe we should read that one for fun. Anyway, let's get into it. It's Schmoopy time. I guess I still have to do that.
Yep.
Dearest Stacy and Erin, first of all, I have to let you know that I want to be you. I'm literally the crazy person planning her every other Tuesdays around the latest between two brokers. Sorry, we didn't do it last week.
We missed a week.
It's Lindsay's fault. She was sick with the throw-ups. Okay. I've also listened to every episode more than once. Who would do such a thing?
Well, because there's some good gems you got to get out there.
You do that.
She's taking notes.
All right, so I guess you could call me a groupie or a craze fan. Either way, I'm obsessed. In addition to my obsession, I'm also a fellow real estate broker, but in the great state of Texas. I own and run a group of 12 fabulous agents. Good for you. I'm passionate about growing the team as agents and providing value so that splits are never a problem. So, dear Schmoopy, how do you continuously add value and create loyalty within your group of agents? Should we give her a shout out too? Because I think it's pretty awesome that should we shout her out?
Give it to her, and then you can go back and ask her permission. And if she says no, you can cut it.
And so we will give a shout out to, I don't even know how to say her name though, Kelsey Razier with the Rise Real Estate Group in Texas. Sincerely, your biggest fan.
Aww.
Questionable.
Stacy's dad is our biggest fan.
Anyway, so how do we continuously add value to our team, Schmoop?
I threaten them. I'm just kidding. I feel like this is probably more your question.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm the leader.
The motivational one.
Yeah, I'm
definitely
the motivational and inspirational one. So
I feel like my value was all in the beginning.
And now you're valueless?
And
Good
brand,
to know.
No. The
Let's
brand
lower
stands.
Your pay.
The brand stands.
Man.
This will stand, man.
Okay, so how do we continuously add value to the brokerage? So, first of all, I think, I had very negative experiences with my past brokers. I didn't respect them at all. And I thought their ideas were stupid. And so I think that's where the vision for Smith Spencer was born, was just like shitty leadership from the past and like what I would do differently. Like, first of all, meetings. Oh my God. I mean, meetings are like awful, right? Because they're so boring.
Yeah.
And the content was never relevant to me. And then they did this thing where they would like call out everybody's production. And of course I was on top, but
it's unnecessary.
Well, it made people pissed off at my partner and I, and I was always embarrassed for the people that they're like, so-and-so sold nothing. Like, there were just so many, it was so archaic. Most of the people in the brokerage were older. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm like, that's one way to motivate people, but I don't think it's how you build loyalty or whatever the question was, value. I mean, that's a negative motivation.
Yeah. And then they brought in all these like used car salespeople that gave us like scripts and stuff, which was very like anti my values and style. Generally, they had people record us on the telephone, like do fake calls and like record us, and then the broker would have me in, and there was like some people would yell, some there were just so many things I disliked about it. So I was like, okay, so if I have a brokerage, how am I going to lead? So I'm not going to have stupid meetings with irrelevant content. And the other thing is, I'm what they call a competing broker in charge, which means that I sell real estate. So that was something that was always really important to me. I felt like the leadership at my old companies, the broker was really out of touch with what the agents' lives were like. You know, they weren't in it. And so I was like, how can you give us advice if you don't know what we're dealing with on a daily basis? So, we sold real estate when the market was in the toilet in 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010 even. And they were just like blaming us. The market was terrible and like riding us and like giving us a hard time. And obviously, yeah. So that also made me lose respect for them. So,
got to keep your spoon in the soup.
Yeah. I don't even, whatever that means. So, so you got to be in it. So it's important to me to have my hand in it. And I guess you don't need to be a competing broker in order to do that. I think that you could make sure that you're meeting one-on-one, at least with your top agents, and be like, hey, what's happening in the market? What are your struggles? What are your challenges? Assuming that they're willing to share all of that with you. So it definitely makes me more empathetic to the team. I do one-on-one coaching as needed with any one of my girls who wants it. So that is something that I do to add value. I love it. I'm doing this like journaling exercise right now for 30 days about what lights you up with enthusiasm, what drains your energy, and what did you learn about yourself today? So ask those 3 questions and journal for 15 minutes. And like what I've realized in the past week doing it is the thing that lights me up with enthusiasm the most is coaching. Mm-hmm. Like I love it. Mm-hmm. Like I love it when they ask me what I think and what they can do better. And that's the thing, is being in the business for 17 years, I've literally tried everything in terms of marketing. I've tried mail outs. I've tried Facebook ads. I've tried I've built several websites. Like I've done all of it. And so they're getting to the shortcut and avoiding a lot of bullshit that they don't need to be wasting their time on by meeting with me. And then how to handle clients, how to spot if somebody's a waste of time. Like they'll start describing somebody to me and within like 15 seconds, I'm like, nope, this, like, you're one of many, forget it. This is a waste of time. You're not going to make money off of this client. And then we promote them within our brand. So Erin does, she gives a shout out to our agents on our Instagram. So we promote their business and talk about them. Mm-hmm. The other thing is the team. The number one thing I think when we did our one-on-ones earlier this quarter that people said was like that they loved being a part of the team. We have a great team. We have so much camaraderie. We support each other. We cheer for each other. And there's not that, like, I mean, I used to be in an office with a bunch of sharks,
Yeah, we
and
don't compete with each other.
Yeah, so I don't want that, and I also don't allow any kind of gossip or people talking shit about each other. That's not, like, I would never hire somebody who I thought was going to do that. And then, that was something that I always said in the beginning, like, there's going to be zero cattiness. I have no tolerance for it, so you can't talk shit about anybody in the office or you're out. Like that's a rule. So it's got to be a really positive, uplifting work environment. And
don't hire everybody. I mean, just because you're making money off of each person that comes in the door doesn't mean it's worth it. Doesn't mean it's good for the team. Like,
no,
we've turned down a lot of interviews for people that sell a lot of real estate and would be perfectly fine, but
we don't money
go
off
for average. Mm-hmm. We want better than average, and we want to make sure that they bring value to the other girls on the team, and that it's someone that if we're all having happy hour together or some kind of holiday party, that it's somebody that you would want to have a drink with and you would want to have a conversation with. And it's not just you, me, and Cynthia that the girls come to for advice. They call on each other, which I think is
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to the team that we've built, and it's been very strategic.
Do you remember at our old brokerage, I had like the 3 pillars of excellence? Do you remember that?
What were they?
I remember that one of them was that you had to make me laugh.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good one.
Which I think I've let go of that one, but maybe I need to bring that one back in.
That's how I rose to the top.
It's totally. So, yes, you need to definitely be careful because if you get one bad person in there, it's going to affect everybody and everything. And, if I haven't heard from somebody in a long time, I'll just reach out to them and check on them and see how they're doing. I mean, I just make sure that every single person on our team feels totally supported. I'm confident about that. Anybody who interviews with us we are known for being like the most supportive team because there's 3 of us. So it's me, you, and Cynthia. And most people gravitate towards one of us in terms of who they go to with their problems, but just that feeling of support. I mean, that's, I think, all anybody wants. So we have all of these like built-in friendships. Like I'm very, very careful about that because I want this to feel like a business. And I'm not into calling a business a family. I don't like that because I want things to remain professional. I think sometimes people associate family with like being able to like walk all over people, and that is not cool. So there has to be, a certain level of respect, and we respect each other. You and I respect each other, and all the girls respect my boundaries. I like went into some long ass spiel about boundaries in one of our meetings the other day. And now I'm like, people literally will not text or call me after 8 PM now.
Good.
Which is great because now I'm the next day. Now I'm not waking up in the middle of the night because my phone's buzzing.
Yeah. I think it's also we have gotten to know each person like outside of the real estate space, because I know for me, when I meet someone's spouse, it like opens up a whole new world of my opinion of them and our relationship. And so getting to know their families and their kids, their husbands, whatever is an important piece to the puzzle.
Totally.
And I know that I said all my contribution was done up front, but we do provide marketing for everyone in-house. And it's the templates are laid. So that is kind of robotic at this point, but
yeah, automatic. But yeah, like in one-on-one time. So for instance, we were redoing, Sarah Ellen and I met to redo her bio the other day, and we did not talk about her bio at all. We just talked for an hour. We did talk a lot about business. We talked about all the ways that she's grown. She's one of our agents that came to us. I think she sold like $1 million, and then the next year she sold 11 million. So she more than 10x her business with us, and has just been our like superstar. So, I like to lead by example. So when I see things are not going the way that I want, like all of our agents have complained about their social media being a challenge, or they don't like where their social media is going, or they don't know what to do with their social media. So I am going to be a guinea pig, and I'm doing all kinds of crazy shit this year because why not? And I think everybody in Charleston's social media is boring or strange. And so I just want to do something different and lead by example. And then that was the other thing, like, so back to the respect piece, like, if you're selling, like, you got to sell a lot. You can't, you need to sell as much or more than your top agents, I think. Because, I mean, like, how else are people going to listen to you? I don't know. I think, so you need to make sure that everybody respects you. And, the other thing is, I am a business and personal and professional development junkie. So I am constantly, I read the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal every day. I subscribe to a bunch of newsletters. I listen to a ton of books. I listen to a ton of podcasts. And anytime, I don't send Erin articles because I know she doesn't read them, but anytime, I did that for a while and it was futile. So now, but I do send that to my agents to let them know that I'm thinking about them. And then, I can talk about all kinds of different things outside of real estate with them and connect with them in different ways. They all have their own different interests, but I'm obsessed with business and I've built a successful business. And so I think that that's why the leadership thing has worked for me and for us. And lastly, to kind of close this out, I think that we're ourselves unapologetically. Yeah. And I think that scares a lot of people to do. And I think that's why they're drawn to us, because they know that they can be themselves in this environment, or at least they want to be themselves. I'm not sure that they all are, but that's what they're looking for. And so they want to build their own brands with their own unique personality traits and stuff like that. So I think they come to us, and I think that that's what you should champion within each of your agents, is just to be like, okay, this is who you are. This is what I know about you. This is what we need to put out there. And they will find their people. So, Kelsey, thank you so much for writing in. We hope this answers your question, and please share this with your team and keep the questions coming. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and tell all your friends about the fabulous podcast, and write in your questions to podcast@smithspencer.com.